Well, hello. Welcome to Dashcam Diary of a Disabled with me, chronically happy. Tonight I am headed to a local-ish rave. The closest town, the town I grew up in, Salem, Oregon. They never have raves ever. I think there's been a total of 2 my entire life that I know of, at least at the times that I've, lived in Oregon. I was in the Navy for 9 years, so, I had a lot of time away from Oregon, and there's no reason to be wearing my mask inside here, but I am just trying to get used to wearing a mask because I am going to be wearing a mask for the next however many hours. Since Tacoma Without Dome fell through, I really could have pushed myself. I could have made myself do it, and I was going to. And I paid for those tickets, and I had everything ready to go, all outfit wise, everything. And the slightest crisis happened, and I rolled my ankle, and it's messed me up the worst out of any injury that I've had over the last couple years. I was seeing my chiropractor the day after the injury. I just threw my back out a little bit just now, sitting in the car, just adjusting things in my car, or putting things in the passenger seat. That is always where it gets me. I don't know why. I still don't protect my back enough, and I should have been wearing more corset tonight. But I'm tired of having to think about this all the time. I'm tired of having to think about, it sucks that you can't just be spontaneous and just go on out without forethought of a lot of things. And forethought be darned sometimes, because I'm like, you know what? Nah, dude, I am going to just go. I'm just going to go. And you know what? The show started at 7. There's somebody going on from 7 to 8, to 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. And I'm going to see the very last one. I'm going to see the very last one. And there's been like 5 on before that, I think. If I'm doing the math, I'm not doing the math. I'm not mathing. I'm just like math dyslexic. I gotta remember not to brush my stickers off. I am allergic to adhesives, and so I'm gonna have hives. I either have hives from the adhesive and wearing stickers, or I have hives from makeup. How is a girl supposed to have any kind of fun with anything? Y'all, it's a bunch of BS. So I can only go in short spurts, okay? I can go in short spurts. Like, it's disappointing that I'm paying like full price just to see one out of like several that are there for the night. You know how devastating it is that I spent like around $500 total with 3-day locker rental, not being able to get reimbursed that $80 for that. I paid $325 for the 3-day pass, and then I would have had to have the money out of the gas, and if I hadn't rolled my ankle, I seriously would have been up there. 100% I would have been up there if I hadn't rolled my ankle. Is my ankle fine today? Yeah, but the rest of me is not. The rest of my body is jacked up again, and every time we slowly kind of get back to a baseline, I'm stuttering here, like, a baseline. Every time I get to a baseline, something happens. We seriously have to put up more rails throughout my entire house. My mobility is nothing, guys. My mobility is nothing now. I have to use this scooter. I have to. And it destroys me that I have to finally accept that I am just not capable of walking anymore. And I'm limiting my driving, especially when I'm, under more medication. It's been a roller coaster the last couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie. And then so many people are so just judgmental. Invisible illnesses are a B word. I'm not trying to get all emotional here, but it needs to be said. Invisible illness is freaking hard. One day looks like you're fine, one day you're freaking not. And it doesn't matter, there's no rhyme or reason on what day is going to be good and what day is going to be bad. And the unpredictability of it all is scary. And you don't know how to plan for anything, because as soon as you do plan something like some catastrophic events happen, and a whole mental meltdown even happen. I am a mess. I am a wreck before every festival. I am a complete wreck every time. I'm a wreck when I have to pack for anything. I don't know what it is. That is a trigger for me. It's a trigger for me so bad, and I don't understand why yet. But there's something about it. It's triggering for me. And it's something I'm going to have to really get into some therapy for. Some extra therapy probably. I don't know. But there's some stuff I need to resolve, and I don't know what it is. It definitely surrounds trips and packing, and honestly, I feel like I've already answered the question. It's the fear and the unpredictability of I had to bring so much stuff. And then people's responses, even other chronic illness people, but everybody deals with it differently, and some days they're different and some days they're better. And it's just like me, and some days you're going to get the good side, and some other days you're going to get the bad side. I've been having a lot of PTSD triggers lately, and a lot of it's with family and health stuff right now, and I prepare for surgery, and surgery is super scary when they're going to be cutting your spinal cord, There's a little bit of anxiety about that. And I'm having insurance be a real pain in my butt right now. A hospital will not accept me as a patient. They do not see that there's anything wrong. And I can't harass them anymore because I don't want to be blacklisted. I've seen what that does to somebody with this hospital in particular, and it's not a hospital you want to F around with. Although they don't want to F around with me either. So I tell you what, they have already F'd up again, and I had to write another letter to billing to tell them, did you bill under this number because you did this incorrectly. Here's your VA authorization date that you need to use for the billing. Here, thank you. You're welcome for me doing your job again. You're welcome. I am tired of doing everybody's job for them. I am a disgruntled veteran right now. I haven't gotten out to dance for months because I had that terrible fall in December, and I finally get to a baseline and then I wreck my ankle. That prevents me to go to the freaking biggest festival I've been waiting for like a year and a half. Gotta be crapping me. And I'm going to be out of commission for over a year. This is like the closest, best freaking one I could be going to. I'm a little frustrated. But I'm going to feel a lot better after I go to tonight's show. 100%. I am changing my brain. And I'm going to turn this negative into a positive and saying that there's a reason, even though I may not know what that reason is right now, maybe there is a reason why I'm not going to this. Maybe something's going to happen, and I am blessed that fate put me in the hands of rolling my ankle and preventing me from going for a reason. Maybe something was going to happen that the universe is showing me a different path for a reason. I believe things happen for a reason, even if we don't know what that reason is. And I believe every person is here on this earth to learn from their experiences in life and from other people's stories, listening about other people's stories about how they overcome and succeed in their life, even though they have all these issues trying to push them backwards. And I'm such a stubborn butthole that I'm not going to allow it to ruin and tell me that I'm not going to do the things I want to do in my life. I may be very fast losing my mobility, but I am going to think about the positives and the things that I can do and what I know I can accomplish. It's just at a slower pace than I really want it to be. I am one impatient mofo is what I'm trying to get at. I am one impatient mofo because I have had to hurry up and wait my entire life. My entire life with the military in particular. I'm just thankful to be alive, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to still be here and still having the opportunity to go see this show, because this is a local production company that's trying to do more shows, and I need to support this community. If I want to continue to have shows in this area, I need to help support this community, and I'm going to see what I can do. I need to have a purpose, and I need to have an outlet, and this is my outlet. And I don't need other people's perceptions, especially negative. And this is something that has came up a lot in the most recent past of me, of learning about people talking behind my back about how I can do something like go out to these raves but be severely disabled at the same time. Watch my YouTube channel and watch every single video and you'll see why. I have to modify my life. But if that's what it means, I'm taking my scooter every single spot, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make it and dress it up for the occasion. And make sure that I'm seen. Make sure that my story is heard. Because I'm out here to show people that you can put whatever your freaking mind to. And everybody's just jealous that they don't do what they love because they haven't found what makes them happy in their own lives. They're miserable in their own lives and they just want to see others miserable with them. I made it. I almost ran that red light, but I did not. It was the timing of the light. I mean, when you're going a certain speed, seriously. I know, seatbelt. I know. My mobility scooter chair is in my passenger seat. I'm sorry you don't have a seatbelt. You probably should have had one. At least you didn't go flying when I had to make that stop. So it's okay. I just want to show the world that you can put whatever you mind to, and music is therapy. Making beat stuff is therapy. Meeting new people and making connections is therapeutic. Feeling welcome in a community is therapeutic. And so why people view these things in such a terrible light? There's bad eggs in every community. We try to weed those out that are the terrible ones. We do. And I have a person's name and I can totally put them on blast, and I haven't yet, but I will be. I'm going to be talking to the right people because I don't want to, I can't drag somebody through the mud to the wrong person. I have to make sure that I can trust the people before I rat this person out. But I talked about this to this Thunderdome Rave family, and they said that's not right. Said it's not right. I'm like, you're right. It wasn't, but I've never experienced something like that in my life, and it was scary. Somebody messaging me, and then called me a hoe, and then called me for the very first time on Messenger. This dude that had like 5,000 subscribers, like, what does this dude want with me? I only 1.5K. Like, I'm a nobody for this guy, and he just demanded me I give him my cell phone number. I'm like, I don't do that to just random people that I've never talked to on the internet. And he said, and he asked why again or something like that. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't know where people get the audacity. Where is the audacity that these people are getting? Because they need to just, come on, what the F? There we go. I mean, I could have turned on red, but I was trying. There's a lot of road construction through here, so I'm just making sure I'm in the right lane and I'm not, you know. This is crazy. The cones are crazy. They couldn't have like the worst area right now for having this. I could have came a different direction too. Stupid GPS bringing me this route. But I wanted to make it easy on myself. I could have just came from this street right here and avoided all that construction mess. Whatever. I'm there though. I gotta pay a full 20 at the door. I'm excited. Finally here. Whoop whoop. It's been a while. So, make my way back here. It's there. It was either here or it was like down a little bit further. I think it was down further, yeah. That's right, it wasn't on the corner. But it is back here. Yeah, there it is. I see all the people. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna get my mobility scooter out and get all this taken care of. Stop my video too here. There's a lot of people. I don't want to look like a silly person recording my stuff. Whoop whoop. So anyway, I'm gonna get my scooter out. Wish me good luck, guys. Peace.